Welcome back to the channel, guys. Look what we got. 10 inches of snow, but it's melting quick. Look at the truckster. What we got to do, because we're behind, right? It's pretty deep. We're behind because I had other projects I was dealing with. Is we got to get the backhoe off the old tractor. And we got to mount up a blade. What I did do the other day, which I think was smart, is go out back, gather up the snowblower, it's over here, and gather up the snow plow, the back blade. If you can hear, this is packing. It's already melted quite a bit here, but it's 36 degrees, so it warmed up, and it's going to get so hard and packing that it's going to be hard to plow or snow blow. So I think we're going to do the snow back blade here. So we got to find a spot to put the backhoe, disconnect it for the season maybe. I still wanted to plant some trees, so we may be putting that back on. So I don't want to put it up for storage. We got to find a place to put it. Take this off. I did take the tractor arms off. This is designed to work with the tractor arms, but I'm always worried about lifting the lever up and boom, you know, applying force onto the unit, go in there. So we'll get this cleaned off and get this moved out of the way. Dawson's out here, already threw a snowball at me, didn't you? Don't you love this weather? No. So we're gonna get started, guys. All right, we gotta unrelease this pin for people that are interested. And I like to stretch this out a little bit. Ideally, if we had the bucket in this position, it won't fill up with snow and water, but I don't want it to dig into our lawn, so I'm going to set it about level, set it down, and then I put a block here and there to balance it, and a block up here, and then right there, and then I had a hammer, yeah, right here. So what we do, there's only 2 attachments on this. Just pop this pin out. And if you press down in the back with the hole, you're doing down and push this up. So it's vice versa, you know. So what I want to do first, put the riggers down. And these will leap down, so ideally in a perfect world, all you have to do is this, take the weight off the machine, you know. But if I put these down, it goes like this. So vice versa. If I let the weight up, they go up. So what I'm going to do right first, raise that up, raise these up a little, pop my pins out. Then this doesn't fall out of here. See how loose that is? This is not the correct pin for it. I have some different pins that pop in there. I just couldn't locate them when I wanted to hook it up. Can you get one on this side? I'm not looking forward to this winter, you people. See how loose they are? And right now I want to grab this hose, bring this up out of there, and then come back here, put my toys down there. Oh, I hate this winter, don't you? We don't have the chains on yet. It's November. We don't want to get the chains on this early and tear up the driveway. So we're done with these. So now we come back here, and if you want to look right there, when I put the riggers down, that should tilt down. Should tilt down a little bit? Yeah. Then I'm going to okay, so now she's uncoupled, so we come back here. If I talk myself through this, I can remember every time, right? I'm going to put my riggers down because right here is the only attachment in the rear. It just hooks in that. So we put our riggers down. See that just loosen up? Right there? That weight's off the tractor. So then, right now we can just plain drive ahead. And don't do this at home, right? We release the brake. Because it's a hydro, we should be able to just drive ahead. One guy on YouTube commented and said, don't do that, always lock your brake. Well, that's a lot of on and off. And if I don't get in front of the tire, I'm okay, you know. Now we'll stop right here. We don't want to tighten this hose up, so we're going to stop. We'll lock our brake. Or, what I like to do is just go ahead and put the bucket down, shut her down. And we're going to release the return right there. And I tilt my hoses downwards so they don't fill up with junk. And then the supply is right here. And then we take this coupler and bring it up onto the machine. It's kind of tight fit here. Right up to the junction block. Get my hand out of the way. And she'll go right on there. And now, get my hand in there. She's on. We take this hose and pull it back through so we don't hurt it. And this one's about 6 inches to a foot long, so it doesn't interfere with anything. And I just put them in a down position. And that's it. And we can, should be able to just about drive ahead and just get right out of here. The other thing I can do is release it and just let it fall flat, you know, like this. Now that should clear and I should be able to drive right over it. And if you're not careful and you leave that too high, you can't back on there. So do a double check you're not going to hit. We're going to clear. We're going to go get our tractor arms now. Just make sure you clear. Alright, so I like these Ford style arms. This is New Holland, but same thing. And then we line up these little ball. Here's our slider adjustment coupling. Just take and swivel this out a little bit like that. And then it goes on this pin. I know you guys, a lot of you have seen this, but for guys that haven't, I think this is one of the best ones on the market because it's so handy. Put your little pin in, up, that's locked on, lock this one on. Oh, I hate the winter already and it's only November. Can't hang on to nothing. Okay, and then out here, what I like about it so much is when you're backing up to your implement, it is so hard to get them straight. And just click that, you get an extra 3-4 inches, whatever, and you can line right up to your equipment really nice. So do the other side here. And what I like about this one, even better, is this other adjustment on it. So if you take, usually you take the weight off by holding it up here and then swiveling this extension around, and you got so many adjustments on this is what I like. See, this pin can slide in here anywhere, and I think they really thought this one out nice. Here's our cap. We'll put on our return line. Keep this as clean as we can. Like that. And then we're going to put our pins in. Ooh. So is it warm where you guys are? We're cold already. We've only been out here 20 minutes. So that's on. And this one's on. Ugh. Now we're in business with this. And then here's our, see all them adjustments. The first notch is totally adjustable. So whatever implement can go back and forth a little bit. And then each one of these will lock exactly where it goes. And then remember, this has the extension on both sides. And then, so you take your pin, drop it in wherever you want to. Usually to hook up a piece of equipment, I go way out. Just put it in there. You know, if it fits somewhere, put it in there. And then this is nice also. This is pops up out of your way if it's in your way. And then here's your adjustment here. It's got 2 link adjustments here. And then over on this arm, there's 3 adjustments, and I had the wrong pin in it, but it doesn't matter. And so this is like infinite adjustments. That's what I'm pretty happy about. And then we'll put this top link on. I usually do this after the implement's on. Should we do the snowblower, Dawson, or should we do the plow first?
Blower.
I'm thinking the blower, but I'm a little concerned about it sticking when it's this wet. That pin's bent.
Yeah.
Must have drove over it or something. That'll work. And then there was a toolbox here, and I took that off. The roll bar should be up and it's down. That's so I can get in the garage. But we're going to move these out. Maybe I'll just throw them in the adjustment slots. And then we'll back up to the snowblower. We'll find a couple more pins and get it hooked up.
Wait.
Look pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty centered.
And then, yeah, we're not back far enough. Remember, I want these about touching that.
Right, another 6 inches.
I can't see or hear you.
One more.
How's that?
Keeps going, creeping forward. You gotta lock your brake.
It's because we got snow under the bumper.
Something. Keep going.
That good?
A little more.
One more?
Yep.
I can't hear you.
Yep. That should be good.
Now, it's cold out, guys, and it's rainy, cold. That might be frozen. If it is, we use a propane torch. So we make sure this little detent works, because that's what freezes. Yeah, it's working. Take my rope off from here. Probably should grease it, right? Yeah, that's on the list. Get her to lock on. We're gonna have to warm it up with a torch. So this always works. You get that warmed up and get the thick grease in there. I greased it, and that's got grease on it. Get that detent nice and warm. Got a little ball detent, and it goes in this little groove right there. So she locks on. Oh, I want to move where we don't have to have a snowblower, right? And then that fit better already. Let's see if it goes on now. Press the button. Look at that. And then you hear a click and you pull back. If you can't pull back, she's locked. So now I got to lower my arms all the way, and the snowblower's in the down, and the tires are up. Look how much snow's under the tires. We're up in the air, what, 6-8 inches? So it's packing snow. So the only way to have these arms go down is to lower this pin right now. Otherwise, Dee and I have to rock the snowblower back to get her to hook up. And memory, if it serves me, I think this was adjusted for another implement. So probably if we pull that pin out, both arms will go right down. So we'll do that. Alright, what we did, because the tires are up so high and me changing all the function here, is we just put the block on edge to hold this up. And so let me show you what I like about this. Tap that. Look how easy these are. That's it. And I found a couple new pins. That's kind of cool. And then next thing we want to do is put some silicone in the chute. Maybe it won't stick for 5 minutes. We'll find out. We might have to come back and get the snowplow instead, you know, back blade. Look at that, how easy that is. And then, see how this is centered between the tires? I usually do just one side and lock it in a hole that lines up, you know? Like that. That's it. That allows the other one to wiggle a little bit. I don't want it super tight. And then we bring our top link and see how we're away about 8-10 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'll back up and Dawson will pull that block out, and then that'll allow the blower to come down now. So just kick it out. Did that help us any? I want to get... It's because we're up so high. We'll come back on in a second. We're going to get adjusted, maybe with a shovel. The top link, that's loose. And we're pretty close. And then I set it in here to extend it. And I can get it lined right up. Talk myself through this stuff and I can remember it every time, you know. And I like to put the little pin on that side because that's how I exit the tractor. I can see quickly if all the pins are on. And then we're going to level this once we get out there. The only thing nicer is if this was a hydraulic chute that I could control inside. And I didn't have this cab on once, and I was able to spin this, but all that snow kept hitting me, and I said, I got to have some kind of cab on here. And the Curtis cab was like, I don't know, $3,500 or $4,000. I said, I'm not going to invest in that. So I got like $100 in this cab. Good enough. Let me pull it out and then we're going to silicone this. Got some silicone here, some Walmart special, right? Super Tech. And you see that? I painted inside there once and it makes it slipperier. This surface rust is going to have the snow stick to it. So let's do a little silicone and see if that helps the chute from clogging. I don't know. Some people use Pam, spray, whatever, but I think because it's wet and heavy, I don't know if anything's really going to help us. We're going to keep it running wide open and see what happens. And down here, the same thing. Like I said, I'm not sure this is a tool of choice today, but because we have such a big driveway, it, you know, look at this. If I did a plow and it's 10 inches deep, we're going to have 4-foot high snowbanks on either side. That's a lot for this little tractor to push with no chains on it. So if this works, I can blow it out of the way, and when the snow hits the ground, it doesn't take up any space. When you plow it in a pile, it freezes hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down, fire it up. We're going to shoot a little that way and see if it plugs up. If it plugs up instantly, we got to go to the back blade. Let's see what happens. This is really, you know, packing. One thing I'm going to do before that is I should put a bubble level here. Because now I got to check my top link because I don't want the auger banging into the blacktop, and I don't want it sitting like this. I really want it as level as possible. So let's change our top link somewhat. And I won't know that till I can find the driveway what level it is. But I'm just going to go to the stop, that, and then we're going to try that. We're going to shoot her that way. here, you see how the back side is up about a ½ an inch and the front edge is a quarter? And if you look at the auger is not touching the pavement. If I turned it the other way, just a little, these will bang right in the ground. And look what we got under here. This is slippery stuff. So we have no chains on. So if I do this, I think I'm going to do the upper section of the driveway first. That way we can move around up here. And then I'll go down and do the steep part. And if by chance I go down through and get one pass, but I can't get back up the drive, then we've got the truck to be able to exit anyway, right? And but look in the chute here, it did stick a little bit. But I think if I can keep it revved up and we get it before it gets too warm out, before the rain later, then I think this might work. So I just wanted to show you what we got out here. We're unprepared, we're doing this with gloves on. Usually I'm all set, chains on by now. So I think we're probably going to be putting chains on later today. Well, it's kind of fun doing this, guys. What I'm doing now is I'm just changing the angle a couple degrees so it digs in. As you can see, it left almost an inch. So by lengthening the top length, and I'm just going to cut in just a hair more, and then I'll check the auger. Thanks for watching, and I hope I don't have to see you too often this winter. So follow along with the channel. The old what is this? This is a 2000, almost 25-year-old tractor. She's hanging right in there. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.